A quick and thorough description of how to use the present tense in Spanish. Oral and visual demonstrations presented by Kevin Whitnoff, Tess W, and Kelsey G. The present indicative refers to something happening now. The present indicative forms are made by removing the AR, ER, and IR at the end of an infinitive verb. Let's start with AR. You replace the AR with an O, as, a, amos, ais, and an. For example, hablar. You take off the AR. You get yo hablo, tú hablas, ella habla, nosotros hablamos, vosotros habláis, and ellos hablan. Next is ER. Once you take off the ER, you add O, S, A, amos, ais, N. For example, comer. You take off the ER, you get yo como, tú comes, ella come, nosotros comemos, vosotros coméis, and ellos comen. And last is ER. Once you take off the ER, you replace it with O, S, A, emos, ais, and N. For example, viver. You take off the IR, you get yo vivo, tú vives, ella vive, nosotros vivemos, vosotros vivéis, and ellos viven.
Along with regular verbs, another challenge comes with learning the present tense irregular verbs. Due to language evolution from their Latin roots, these verbs respond to conjugation by changing more than just the end of the infinitive, as opposed to their regular counterparts. One common irregular verb is ir, to go, which when conjugated looks nothing like its infinitive. After conjugation, it looks like this. Another common irregular verb is ser, to be. When conjugated, ser looks like this. As you can see, these verbs are all very different from regular verbs, and from each other. Hence the name irregular verbs.
Along with regular present verbs and irregular present verbs, there are stem changers. Stem changers exist because it helps with pronunciation of words and avoids duplicate words in the language. In stem changers, you keep the present form and change some letters at the stem of the word, yet not the ending. For example, the word jugar is a stem changer, called O-to-U-E, and in the present yo form, it changes from jugo, which means juice, to juego, but it keeps the O at the end, and it sounds much more fluent. There are different types of stem changers. There are E to IE, O to UE, E to I, and U to Y. Let's take a look at each of these, but first is a trick to remember. In the present tense of stem changing verbs, the stems do not change for nosotros, for vosotros. To help visualize this, people use the boot trick. Take a look at the O to UE boot. For the verb poder, it changes to puedo, puedes, puede, and pueden. All those stems change, but the vosotros and nosotros keep the O. That's why these verbs fit in the boot and they don't. Let's take a look at the E to I verbs. The verb empezar changes from the E to the IE in the stem. Empiezo, empiezas, empieza, empezamos, empezáis. That's supposed to be an accent. And empieza. For the E to I verb, it's server. Sirvo, sirves, sirve, servemos, servais, and sirvan. For UI to UI, it's distribuir. Distribio, distribues, distribuye, distribuimos, distribuis, and distribue.